Free Radio. My name is Anupam, and I am here today talking about our wonderful organization here in Edmonton. They're not new to us. Thousand Faces Festival, and we are the radio partners here in Edmonton. Thousand Faces Festival, folks, is a multidisciplinary art festival in Edmonton, and as we know, as a Canadian, we know how important its cultural diversity. As we are growing as a community, uh, the cultures we represent is from all across the world, and of course, summer is a very good time to exhibit such things. We've got two great people here from Thousand Faces Festival: Mark Henderson, their artistic director, and Srila Chakravarti, their outreach officer. And of course, we are here to talk about this year's 2024 some activities, what's going to happen, and what some of the Edmontonians can expect, especially people who are really fond of outdoor dances, outdoor. I mean, a lot of fun with family. This is the place to be. So, not talking too much about. First of all, welcome Mark. Welcome Srila.
Thank you, Andrew.
Thank you, Anu.
So, right, getting into the thing, what exactly is going to happen this year? Thousand Faces Festival. What's in store for the Edmontonians and of course the surrounding communities? Mark, I'll go to you first.
Sure. Well, this year we're doing a little outreach sampler performance at the India Center, actually this evening. And that's got some Bharatanatyam, it's got a little bit of Hindi language theater, and it's got some a Chinese artist playing the harp she plays sort of Celtic stuff and Chinese stuff, and she's the artistic director of the Mingle Ensemble, which is actually going to be at the full festival cabaret with more artists, including massive calligraphy and storytelling. The festival weekend proper is next weekend, the 12th to 14th. And last year we had the festival weekend, we had sort of the cabaret, and then we had some outreach events, some night markets on the avenue, where we would have our diverse artists that are doing, mythologically based performances from around the world, such as South Asian classical dance, such as Jaja, such as Sebastian Barrera's wonderful, evocative flamenco, and other Latin-X kinds of music that he plays and sings. So we decided to combine those things. So we're having kind of a festival night market during the day, actually, and during the night. Atmosphere going on with vendors and a food truck and outdoor performances and dance workshops, public dance workshops that people can join in. We have Jug is doing a wonderful Bhangra workshop one day, and then we have Afro-Cuban Cuban Arts Movement Studio are doing some Afro-Cuban dancing in the street kind of things. It'll be more like dancing in the parking lot, and if it's really hot, it'll be like dancing under the big tent in the shade. We're also going to have the Wajo drummers, wonderful African drummers who have been exciting Edmonton audiences for 30, 40 years, together with a bagpiper. And we're going to sort of tie that in with the festival cabaret, where you can see Bharatanatyam, you can see Kathak, you can see the Kala troupe doing this Hindi language drama with English sort of surtitles about the actions, as well as all manner of other things, some Irish theater, some dance of the Afro-Cuban gods. So it's going to be a rich and lush cabaret, beautifully lit in our theater there we have still set up from Theatre Prospero's wonderful Anthem of Life, which I also directed and which closes this Saturday at 1 p.m. So we're going to sort of weave those things together so that periodically there's going to be a performance or a workshop, like a Stiltwalker workshop or a dance workshop or something like that, where people can be sort of piped or led into the main performance area for some indoor performances, then move outdoor again for something that's maybe a little bit more active, and then at some point have some free ice cream during the day for the kids, and then for the families in the evening, some free multicultural snacks from the Ave, some free desserts from the Ave. And if you're not there in time for the free food, there will be a food truck around. The night markets were very successful last year. The cabaret has been very successful. So we thought that putting these things together will give people a place where they can just go and know that something fun is going to be happening, but not just something fun, but something that's going to stretch their imagination, that's going to tell them stories that they maybe have not heard. Like a lot of people have not heard the story of the pirate who is converted. Pirate who would cut off people's fingers, who was converted by the Buddha to compassion and became a much more positive force in the world. I hadn't heard of that story until the Kala Troupe started in on this show. So that's maybe enough for me for that one answer.
Well, it's always exciting to hear stories from you because you are such a great storyteller. And of course, the way you describe it, I'm so excited to really have this once again. And I see, a lot of new things coming up this year as a part. I mean, this is why we love to say Edmonton is turning out to be the festival capital of Canada, because we got such great organizations bringing such community, art, culture, diversity. And I'm so excited to hear about the Kala Troupe, the Hindi. First time, I think, the Hindi troupe you added, and I've watched them in a few instances. I got a chance. So as a radio individual, I'm so excited to be part of this year's festivities. Now bringing our Srila, outreach officer down. Of course, how do you see community connecting, and as it's growing, what are some of the challenges, and what are some of the cheers you want to share?
So to put it into context, the Thousand Faces Festival is one of Edmonton's lesser known festivals. It belongs to a little community tucked away in the corner of Alberta Avenue, 118th Street, there's so many new people moving to Edmonton all the time. So you get to hear of the big neighborhoods, but maybe not some of the smaller neighborhoods. And so this is an opportunity to drive across the river, go north to this amazingly diverse avenue. Alberta Avenue is what it's called. There's lots of transportation that now goes there, and it's becoming a destination for people to go to. And so one of the highlights this year, brand new, is that we're inviting vendors to also sell their wares at the festival. So one of the unique sellers is, for example, somebody selling silk saris.
Wow.
Yes. So now everybody in Edmonton gets to enjoy the opportunity to see a sari seller. And if you haven't seen this before, it'll be quite a treat. So what we do is we build a bridge between diverse communities who have not had a chance to interact with each other. Of course, some of us know what goes on behind the scenes and tucked away in other little communities. But here we get to kind of open the doors and let everybody enjoy some of that experience. So it comes through storytelling, it comes through culture in the food, culture in the clothing and the jewelry, and all of that gets to come together in one place for a really enjoyable. It's entertaining at so many levels. You learn so much. It's different from Heritage Days, which is every culture under kind of international banners. This is community level. So you actually get to meet your neighbors and see how they experience life.
And without throwing any shade at all on Heritage Days, which is just a wonderful thing. I love Heritage Days. What we offer is, to some extent, a response to what they don't. You go to Heritage Days, and typically you're going to see somebody's folk dance, and you're going to see, their food. And here you may see a folk dance or two, but here you get to see and hear the wonders that are deeper into the culture, the things that come from the mythologies at the base of the culture, that um, the stories and the art forms that have evolved and flourished and transformed, for in some case thousands of years, right? So you get to go a little deeper here into your neighbor's culture or your own, for that matter.
And in
No,
fact, because the theme is mythology, everything is mythologically based, which takes us right to the deepest roots of our cultures. And that's
Where
what
we can,
makes it special.
sorry, never mind. Well, where we can find out that we are actually connected at the root, Yeah.
Yes. Mythology is something, of course, every culture like stores in the hearts, and of course tries to amplify it by in these types of atmosphere, the cultures, and of course want to really set their foundation strong enough for the many generations to come too. So we're really excited to really talk about all these things. Now, as you said, Mark, that the main festival is the July 12th to 14th, if I'm correct, at the Alberta Avenue Center here in Edmonton, and it's a purely an outdoor festival. Just to remind the folks that the admission is free. Of course, they encourage donations just because it's a not-for-profit organization, and of course, so putting up such a big show is not an easy job, and of course, there are a lot of expenses. So again, but the bottom line is come with your family and have a great fun time. Now I know there's something special happening tonight too at the CISC, which is the Council of Indian Societies of Edmonton. Just a sneak peek today. Srila, why don't you tell quickly about what's happening tonight and what people can expect at the India Center?
Just one thing. It's not strictly an outdoor festival on Alberta Avenue. There's a very strong indoor component, especially in the evenings on Friday and Saturday evenings. There's the mostly indoor cabaret where the treats are, where the desserts are. Yeah.
Well, thank you for that. Yeah. So Srila, about tonight.
So at the Council of India's India Center, we will be hosting a few highlights from the performances that Mark had nicely described. So the Kala troupe will be there, Jaja and her Chinese harp. There will be some Bharatanatyam dance by Vizesha. Dronam Raju is performing a piece there. And we'll have some new mythic works excerpts. So these are the new playwrights that are coming out and producing new plays. And so we'll have some representation there. And I just wanted to talk a little bit about why we are going out to the Council of India tonight. I had talked about Alberta Avenue being one community in Edmonton. All the way across the city, we have this multicultural area of Mill Woods. And so to bring Thousand Faces all the way to Mill Woods to showcase some of their works raises awareness not only about the fact that this festival takes place, but also to bring to people's attention. I've heard a lot of people saying that, we don't know much about art, and there's so many ways we feel disconnected from other people. And so we just wanted to kind of show you that, no, actually, it is a great opportunity to actually mix face to face. And we will be showcasing arts, and we will bring you storytellers to just show you how beautiful it is to know and work with artists. So part of it is to just see how artists work in a slightly different way from just being showcased. They will actually bring their human sides out and tell you who they are, what it's like for them to be performing their work, and how we can actually start to work together with communities, with businesses, with other creatives, and collaborate. And when you start to mix and mingle with different cultures and learn about the different nuances, you'll actually get a much different experience, and it helps our community and city grow as a whole. And I'm seeing a lot of interest There's a lot of newcomers to Edmonton this year. We have seen unprecedented numbers of people migrating to our city. And so those challenges are real. People need to find an anchor point in their city to figure out, just how this city functions. And so we're offering a service to help you connect with other people. So there's lots of opportunity for volunteering, for participating. There's like so many ways to get involved in your city. So I highly encourage people to just walk up and see what's going on, because we welcome everybody.
You summed up so well that it's a fun way to interact. Networking is becoming the way of life here. I mean, and especially if I talk about the fast-paced life, I mean, people need to get out of their homes because their weekdays are so busy with work life and other household responsibilities, and this is a perfect way to come out and have a little slow down and just have fun. Second, of course, as a newcomer, this is also a fun way to interact, as he said. So I really appreciate such initiatives, such colorful, such a variety of entertainment in different forms, and plus the threads are connected to our roots and culture, and every culture, I mean, Edmonton or Canada is housing, I think has a representation of every country on earth, kind of thing. And so great way to really understand. I mean, no other way to really learn about other beautiful cultures. I mean, and again, so I encourage people to really show up and have fun on such a beautiful summer evening, summer days. So I really appreciate you both joining us. I will see you tonight at the CISC just to maybe amplify more about the great things about Thousand Faces Festival, because this organization is very close to our hearts. V4U Radio is committed to really spread around the word of goodness, not just in Edmonton, but in entire Canada and entire world. So I thank you again for coming. Thank you again for talking to the audience of V4U Radio, and I'll see you tonight. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Anu. Wonderful.
Thank you, Anu.